An overpass crash sent debris falling onto the freeway, damaging several vehicles. As a result, the entire town-bound direction of Moanalua Freeway is closed, and the westbound traffic is backed up as well. Elisa Arevalo has been on the scene all afternoon. She joins us with details. Elisa?
Well, Joe, what a difference an hour makes. All 6 lanes of Moanalua Freeway are now open. They got open about an hour sooner than expected. However, the H1 Airport Viaduct is still closed. You can see they still got a couple of crews here. They are waiting to bring in some water barrels before they will open those again. And we're told the overpass is safe despite what happened today. It was a close call for drivers on the H1 and Moanalua freeways when a truck lost its load Thursday afternoon.
It looks like there was a truck that was exiting onto the airport viaduct. It was coming on the H1 freeway going westbound, took the airport viaduct off-ramp. As it was going around the curve, we could only suspect at this point that it might have been going too fast, but it lost control, spun out, and it also lost its load. When it did that, it actually went into the railing on the side of the off-ramp.
Debris went flying, and a part of the load fell down below onto Moanalua Freeway, damaging cars.
Unfortunately, what I'm told it was the counterweights. You know, when you're building a high-rise crane and they're lifting up material, they have to have a counterweight to balance the crane so that the crane stays upright.
Luckily, no one was hurt, but it caused a big traffic jam for drivers. Inspectors examined the overpass and say it is structurally sound. However, going through the H1 Airport Viaduct is expected to be impacted throughout the weekend.
Once the repairs to the railing are able to be made enough, we're going to be able to open up at least the left lane of that freeway off-ramp, open up to traffic. That right lane, however, expect that to be closed all weekend, if not into next week, because of that significant damage to the railing. Now, we are going to bring up temporary water barrels as a railing just in case for those people in the left lane.
Now, the DOT says speed could be a factor in what happened in this accident today, but a full investigation will be underway to determine exactly what led up to that. And the DOT says if the company is found to be at fault, they will be getting a bill for the damage. Send back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Elisa. Alexander Zane spoke with drivers stuck in the traffic. He joins us now from the Fort Shafter area. Alex?
Now, Joe, you can see behind me, like Elisa said, what a difference an hour makes. Both directions of the freeway are now open after being at a standstill just about 30 to 45 minutes ago. Some people I spoke with say that's the worst traffic they've experienced in this area. Some others telling me they were stuck in their car for over 2 hours. Others lucky enough to hear about the snarled traffic ahead of time and take another route.
Side road straight up here from Halava.
Okay.
So it was pretty quick.
Okay.
I heard the highway, the news and all that, so
Yeah, so
it was pretty good.
So you went the other way?
Yeah, I went the other way, yes.
Okay, what did you think of the traffic seeing it?
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it like that over there?
That's kind of nuts.
And you can still see crews in the distance there on the overpass, still working. But again, both directions of the H1 freeway, town-bound and going to the west side, are back open at this point, and traffic is flowing smoothly once again. Joe, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Alex. Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell spoke about the overpass crash this afternoon and urged everyone to stay in town at that time if they could.
Just to stay tuned to your station, stay informed, and really, if you can avoid this right now, don't get in your car and get stuck in it and get frustrated. Stay in town. If you're coming into town, take another way. Get off at the viaduct and go down Nimitz. But even that is getting backed up. Stay at home if you can. Come into town tomorrow.
We've learned from incidents in the past, and I think it was evident today, that the timely response and communication by all the agencies involved resulted in, although a significant disruption, this incident was not as disruptive as in the past.
So the mayor was saying that if you were not able to stay in town, transportation officials were urging everyone to plan ahead and take alternate routes. TC joins us with that now. TC?
That's right, Joe. Just to kind of recap, Elisa and Alexander, good news is that just before 5:40 p.m., Honolulu Freeway eastbound, those lanes were reopened. Had traffic pretty heavy, though, eastbound at the top of Red Hill for most of the afternoon, but quickly cleared when that was reopened. The airport viaduct was the alternate we were encouraging you to take coming into town, and that's still a good route. Now, the airport off-ramp overpass still shut down as the crews install those temporary barriers, and still going to want to avoid Ala Moana Boulevard westbound as it's backed up from Waikiki. Adding to that backup, also a malfunctioning traffic signal at Nimitz and Pacific Street. So avoid Nimitz westbound, take Baratania onto Dillingham, or even the H1. Quick look into Pro City as the traffic that was stuck in town earlier making its way out. We're still a little stop and go, but moving in Pro City. I'm TC with 92.3 KSSK from the flagship Fast Loop Traffic Center. Joe, back to you.
Thanks, TC. In January, a vehicle hit the Gulick overpass, scattering concrete across all 4 lanes. In November of 2015, a truck clipped that same overpass in the eastbound direction. A couple of weeks before that, a truck hauling a crane also hit the Gulick overpass. In both instances, concrete fell onto the freeway. We were the first to tell you about today's incident through a push alert. To get breaking news on the go, just download our free KHON2 mobile app. We'll continue to follow this overpass crash and bring you the latest updates on lane closures on air and online at KHON2.com.